Today on StayCoppinKicks, let's talk about royalty.
Sneaker boy, all about them sneakers, boy. Got all types you like, from Nike to Adidas, boy. Sneaker boy, all about them sneakers, boy. I keep a clean pair.
Welcome to StayCoppinKicks. My name is that dude Curtis. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now, and I appreciate that. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And with that said, let's get into today's video. When we first started hearing rumors about this shoe, it seemed like it was going to be one of the biggest releases of the year. But it turns out that it's actually one of the most controversial. And let's take a deep dive into why that might be. Starting with the box, the Royal Reimagined has the standard Jordan 1 box, but with that flip that they've been doing lately that I really like. And that flip again involves changing the Nike on the box to match whatever the main color of the shoe is, or changing the box itself. So of course we have this box with the black and the royal. Earlier we had that pale vanilla box with the white Nike, and then of course we had the black box with the gold Nike a little while ago. On the side we have the tag with the main information for the shoe: name, product code, sizing, all that good stuff. When you open the box, you have the shoes in white paper, and here they are, the Royal Reimagined. Now, the main controversy around the Royal Reimagined is the materials. Many people, when the shoe was first rumored and leaked last year, of course, people assumed that the Royal Reimagined was going to be very similar to the Chicago Reimagined or Lost and Found, where it was going to be some type of storytelling around the box, the design, maybe looking aged again. Because again, similar when they did the Reimagined White Cements, they had an aged box, they had an aged design. But the Royal Reimagined went for a different look, and they decided to go with a change in material. So instead of the standard leather that is normally on Jordan 1s, they went with suede and nubuck. And that seems to be a step too far for a lot of people. The Royal Reimagined has not sold out like a lot of other Jordan 1 releases. Now, for sneakerheads like me, that's fine. I don't care if a shoe sells out or not. If I like a shoe, I'm going to buy a shoe. If I like a shoe and I think I can get it for a deal, I'm going to wait and get it for a deal. The goal is not to overpay for an item. The goal is to underpay and get what you want. So that's, so a shoe, quote unquote, sitting or being a brick that I like, that's cool. I'll take the brick. But anyway, let's get into the shoe some more. Even with the material change, other than that, the rest of the tech specs are still standard Jordan 1. On the outsole, you have what many consider one of the greatest traction patterns of all time. You still have the rubber cup sole with the polyurethane wedge and the air unit on the inside of the sole. And again, the major change on it is just the materials. You have the suede and the nubuck. The nubuck is what covers the main shoe in black, and the suede part is the areas on the paneling and the swoosh. You still have the nylon tongue with the Nike Air on the top. As someone who loves the Jordan 6 and the Jordan 7, I don't mind the material change because some of my favorite Air Jordans feature nubuck, So the material change doesn't bother me. I've heard some people say that they're concerned that the shoe will not be able to stand up to the rigors of whatever they're doing. And to that, I say be for real. Again, this isn't the first Jordan that has had suede and nubuck. The other Jordans have been perfectly fine. And if we're being real, most of y'all aren't going to wear the shoe enough to make a difference. Now, one of the changes for the better is the insoles. In recent Jordan 1 retros, they have been using a thicker insole. It's still not top quality, but it's much better than what we were getting in the past, and does help the Jordan 1 be a little bit more comfortable. And another thing I wanted to look at is how this shoe compares to what you may argue is a precursor to the whole Reimagined series, especially the one in the Reimagined, the style of this, which would be the Flyknit Jordan 1 Royal. So if you take a look at this, you see that the actual color on them aren't the same. The suede on this new version is a lot brighter. I do like that bold brightness of it. It looks good with my branding. You know, whether you got white socks or black socks, it looks good nonetheless. But I'm really a fan of what they've done with the Jordan 1 in general, and I think this will easily be a go-to for me. Again, I love the color blue, matches my branding, but also, unlike the Flyknit version, which I do love, because this is a more traditional material, even though it's not the leather, it'll be easier to get in and out of. One of the things I hate about the Flyknit Jordan 1s is they're such a pain to put on, because the Flyknit collapses. You usually need like a shoehorn, or you don't need a shoehorn, but a shoehorn would help. Whereas the leather ones or the suede and nubuck, you can easily slide on and off your feet. The shoe also does include an extra set of royal laces. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the black or the royal. Both will look good depending on the situation, or even maybe switch out to some white. But you do have an option, and it is always nice to see when they do put an extra color in there. So what are your thoughts on the Jordan 1 Reimagined in the Royal Colorway? Did you pick up a pair? Or are you waiting for even bigger deals on them? Sound off in the comments below. And with that said, stay copping kicks.